Gentlemen, today I want to share something that most men never get to truly understand. Something that separates the average man from the unforgettable one. You see, attraction is not about magic tricks. It's not about some secret pickup line. And it's not about manipulation. Attraction is energy. It's presence. It's the way a man carries himself. The way he makes a woman feel in his company, and the way he creates an atmosphere where intimacy doesn't feel forced but feels inevitable. When a man understands these truths, a woman can look at him and decide not tomorrow, not next week, but tonight. Yes, tonight she wants to be with him. And when I say be with him, I mean in every sense of the word. Let me break this down slowly, because if you rush this message, you'll miss the gold. Women are intuitive creatures. They can sense your energy before you even open your mouth. If you walk into her space nervous, hesitant, desperate, or unsure, she feels it instantly. But when you walk in grounded, calm, confident, secure in who you are, she feels something entirely different. She feels a shift in the air. She feels drawn. That's the first key. Confidence, not arrogance, not loud ego. True confidence, the kind that doesn't need to prove itself. The kind that stands tall, speaks with certainty, and makes her think this man knows himself. And let me tell you, when a woman feels that kind of certainty, her imagination starts running wild about who you are, emotional aftercare explained, and what it would feel like to be close to you. Now, confidence is only the beginning, because once you've caught her attention, you must create a connection that goes beyond the surface. Too many men waste time with dull conversations. How was your day? What's your favorite color? These questions don't light up her spirit. Women crave depth. Chanel. They crave to be understood. They crave a man who can make them feel something in their heart, not just their ears. So ask her questions that open doors. Ask her about what excites her, what scares her, what she dreams about at night. And here's the secret. Don't just ask. Listen and listen with the kind of focus that makes her realize you're not just waiting for your turn to speak. You're truly invested in her words. When a woman feels seen and heard, her guard comes down. And when her guard comes down, attraction flows naturally. She thinks, if I can trust him with my thoughts, maybe I can trust him with my body. That is emotional intimacy, and it is powerful beyond measure. But emotional intimacy alone is not enough. Humans are physical beings. We are wired for touch. And yet so many men get this wrong. Oh, they rush, they grab, they make her feel uncomfortable. Gentleman touch is an art. It must be subtle, respectful, gradual. Imagine laughter. Her hand brushes yours for a moment. Imagine walking. Your hand lightly guides her through a doorway. Imagine sitting close. Your knee just grazes hers and you don't move away. These little sparks of touch build tension, build curiosity, build a fire she doesn't even realize is growing. And when done right, she doesn't pull away. She leans in because your touch is not a demand. It is an invitation. And invitations are powerful. They let her choose. And when she chooses with passion. Now let's talk about leadership. Women are naturally drawn to men who know what they want and move with intention. If you hesitate, if you ask her to make every decision, if you seem unsure of what comes next, her why women value presence, not perfection. Attraction begins to fade. But when you lead with quiet authority, when you suggest a place to go without hesitation, when you create an atmosphere of certainty, she feels excited, she feels safe, she feels like she can surrender and trust you. Leadership is not control, it's guidance. It's the man saying, I know the way, walk with me and trust me. When a woman senses that kind of direction, she relaxes. She lets go and she becomes far more open to intimacy, even on the very first day. But there's another layer that most men overlook: mystery. If you reveal everything about yourself immediately, if you unload your entire life story in the first hour, you remove all curiosity. And curiosity, gentlemen, is the fuel of desire. When a woman looks at you and thinks, there's more to him I don't yet know, she becomes fascinated. And fascination makes her chase you in ways you won't expect. She will want to uncover you to how to communicate deeper connection, discover more of you. And sometimes the quickest way she believes she can peel back your layers is through physical intimacy. Mystery is not about lying or hiding. It's about pacing. It's about leaving space for her to explore. And then we come to perhaps the most powerful piece of all: respect. Too many men see intimacy as a conquest, as something to win. They treat women like goals, not like human beings. But here's the truth. Women know when they are being valued only for their bodies. And when they sense that, they close up. But when a woman feels truly respected, when she knows you see her worth beyond her curves, beyond her beauty, beyond her physical presence, she feels safe enough to open herself fully. Respect paradoxically makes her more willing to give herself to you sooner because she knows you won't judge her. She knows you won't disappear tomorrow. She knows that whether she chooses intimacy today or later, you will honor her just the same. That trust, that deep knowing is what makes her say yes. And often she says turning intimacy into emotional safety yes on the very same day. Now let me paint this picture for you. A man meets a woman. He doesn't rush. He doesn't brag. He doesn't fumble nervously. Instead, he carries himself with calm confidence. He asks her real questions, listens like her words matter, touches her hand lightly, makes decisions with certainty, leaves her wondering about the layers he hasn't revealed, and treats her with unwavering respect. How long do you think it takes before she feels something she hasn't felt in a long time? How long before she wonders if this moment is too rare to let pass? Sometimes, gentlemen, it takes only hours, sometimes only a night. That is the power of doing this right. So remember, this attraction is not about chasing, begging, or convincing. It is about embodying the man who naturally draws her in. Be confident, connect deeply, touch with respect, lead with purpose, hold back enough to keep her curious, and above all, respect her humanity. Do this, and you won't need to push, you won't need to persuade. She will decide for herself. She will lean Final Thoughts by Esther Perelin. She will choose you. And yes, she will sleep with you the same day. Not because you tricked her, but because you awakened the desire she could not deny. Gentlemen, that is the secret. Not manipulation, not games. Pure energy, pure presence, pure respect. Do this and not only will you experience intimacy on the same day, but you will be remembered as the man who gave her an experience unlike any other. That is how you stand apart. That is how you in yo.